The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Well, we'll have Gil Curtis with your headlines in just about 30 seconds. But, Kara, I give Case a ride home every day after the show because we live in the same neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And we saw something yesterday that I am still disturbed by.
Oh.
I'm still thinking about it. I'm trying to do, if I seem distracted during the show, I'm still thinking about it. I don't know about you, Case.
I've been shaken to my core.
Wow.
And we'll tell you what that is. We're going to do Gil. We'll play the Beastie Boys Sabotage. It's like 3 minutes away. But I want to know if anybody else saw it in Chicagoland. We'll tell you exactly where it happened in just a couple minutes. And it's disturbing, and I don't know how I'm going to go forward thinking the world is what it was before I saw this.
Wow.
I think Case feels the same way.
I'm hoping people can help us heal from this.
If somebody has an explanation is what we're looking for.
A doctor, a scientist, an ice cream factory worker, anybody
could help us out. That'd be great. We'll give you what it is in just 3 minutes. Stay here. It's Gil Curtis.
This is not headline news. Paul McCartney has a cameo in the Spinal Tap sequel. Thanks to Wings, he can relate to being in a band everyone sees as a joke. Rapper Common turns 52 today. He'll celebrate with his brothers Ordinary and Routine. Scientists have discovered 100 potential new deep-sea species. And Red Lobster has discovered 100 new things to deep fry. A man was shot with an arrow on a street in Los Angeles. Police describe the suspect as armed and Robin Hood. And PNC Park in Pittsburgh has been named the best Major League stadium, especially for the players on the visiting team. This is not headline news.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Kara Caravu here for Kenzie on maternity leave. And me and Case saw something yesterday that's disturbed us both to the core since then. It happened, I would say, just about 22 hours ago.
Our life was changed forever at that point.
Wow.
Right around noon on North Lakeshore Drive. I would say it was just after the Fullerton exit, so in between Fullerton and Belmont. Having a nice discussion, probably about the band Drug Church that's opening for Alkaline Trio at the Aragon.
We were probably doing the history of Days of the New.
Something like that. And all of a sudden, I'm driving. Case doesn't like to drive in the city. And he goes, wait, what's that? On the southbound lanes of Lakeshore Drive, right in that same area. So if anybody was on the road at that time, I'd love to hear from you. We saw what is called a glitch in the Matrix.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Coming toward us, as we're going northbound on the southbound lanes of Lakeshore Drive, was 8 black SUVs that were identical.
Was it a motorcade?
No,
and that's the important part.
It's really hard to distinguish the difference here because people might say maybe they were carrying somebody important. As far as I know, Biden wasn't in town yesterday, or Sammy Sosa. Those are the only two people I can think that get a motorcade.
Hey, or Kevin Hart, because Kevin Hart gets a motorcade every show he goes to.
We found that out. It's in his rider. So Kevin Hart, Sammy Sosa, or Biden were not in town yesterday, so there's no reason for a motorcade. They were exactly the same truck, and I can't verify this 100%, but I thought I saw the same license plate on every truck.
Oh.
And Kara, the important thing to note is it's very clear that while these cars were the same, there was no affiliation between them. They weren't driving in any sort of pattern that would protect somebody or be a specific formation for any specific reason. What we saw, instead of when you're driving down the road right now, you probably see a red car and a blue car and a green car and a yellow car. We saw a glitch in the Matrix, and every car for a brief moment in time was the exact same.
What kind of car was it?
A big black SUV.
Okay.
4-door, I would say like an Escalade looking, possibly a Navigator, maybe an Expedition.
Maybe a Yukon.
Well, with the price of gas, it's unusual to see that many. Anyway.
You're telling me, sister.
Yeah.
You can't call her sister.
And you don't drive. So.
Yeah. Now, just for a reference point, in case you have no idea what this expression, a glitch in the Matrix is, the movie The Matrix, a lot of people believe we're living in that world where it's a false world.
A simulation.
We're living in a simulation.
Kind of hoping we are.
Oh, things not going super well for you, Kara?
You see, Kara, when they take, it's either the blue pill or the red pill. I can't remember.
Right.
I've never seen the movie. I don't know.
Case has never seen the
you
freaking
gotta
Matrix.
See that one.
That's on your list, The Matrix.
Just the first one. That's the only one.
They're Chicago-based movies.
Yeah.
made by guys right from Northwest Indiana, you know?
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, they did a great job. And they also have a lot of references of Chicago in them. Anyway, it's about a future society. There's, well, I don't want to spoil the whole movie now because Casey's going to watch it. But either way, we're in a simulation, and when you take the pill, you see the difference. Now, to Kara's point, she wishes we were in a simulation. When they wake up, it's not good.
Yo.
You're thinking when you wake up, it's going to be a better situation than what it is now.
Oh.
But I'm telling you, when I looked over, because at first I just saw, Kay said, what is that? And all those SUVs coming toward us, it did appear to stutter and be in slow motion from my eyes looking at this 8 SUVs coming southbound on Lakeshore Drive. Oh. People have had videos up of a glitch in the Matrix of like a plane suspended in the sky and doesn't move. There's a lot of these things out there. There's people that have seen lizard people.
Really?
I
Think about the woman on the plane from over the summer, that audio that went viral.
Yes, this man does not exist. There's a man back there doesn't exist. Ooh. By the way, I believe Billy Corgan believes in the lizard people, where people transform. If you look at them once, they look like a person. The next time, they look like a lizard.
What do you smoke in the morning?
I don't smoke. Listen, I have egg whites and a protein shake.
Okay.
That's all I do. And you're the one that ran out of edibles, by the way. You're the edible queen of Oak
But
Park.
I'm not seeing lizard people.
Well,
so
maybe you would if you weren't on edibles. It's like taking the right pill in the Matrix. But I'm
Okay.
telling you, did anybody else see anything like this? Have you seen anything like this? Have you seen a glitch in the Matrix in Chicagoland? Because it's upset me in case. I mean, it's really, we're not the same.
No, I'm emotionally distraught.
Yeah. So,
You can hear it in my voice. I'm beat up.
Yeah, you sound really sad. Maybe someone has explanation. You can check in with us at 312-591-8300.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And main case that we talked about a minute ago, we saw a glitch in the Matrix in Chicago, which is proof that we're living in a simulation. You see a stutter step in all of the hologram we're living in. It was 8 black SUVs traveling south on Lakeshore Drive, all had the same license plate, all seemed to stutter. As I glanced over to look at them, it didn't look real. I saw into the Matrix.
It's just like the lady on the plane last summer, because I think you're right. It didn't look real.
Yeah, it's not like we just saw a motorcade. And some people checked in. I think it was Sandra checking in from Lyle. Perhaps it was the cast of The Bear. Mm-hmm. They were filming in Evanston, I know, and maybe they're coming back downtown. I mean, it could have been. I can't explain it 100%.
No, because these cars were driving like they had somewhere to be and fast, and it was urgent, and it was not just transportation.
Well, I will tell you that when I looked over, it appeared that they were driving, through other vehicles.
I would agree with that.
It was very heavy traffic.
okay,
so
now you're freaking me out.
it freaked us
How do you think
out.
we feel, Kara?
Yeah.
And I'm
We
alone.
lived it.
I'm alone with Case in the car.
I don't have any survival skills.
No,
I'm an idiot.
I don't know if anybody can chime in on this and talk about it. Talia's checking in from Skokie. Ahoy, what's on your mind?
Ahoy. So I just cruise around at night because that's really fun to do, right? It's beautiful in Chicago.
It is.
There was a transit van following us, like the Mercedes and the Ford sometimes have those beautiful transit vans you can live in. And all the windows were tinted, and they were just following us around. And I felt like I was in the Truman Show lately. So weird.
Did you try to take a turn you normally wouldn't take to see if it kept following you?
Yeah, that's what we did. We were messing around with them, messing around with us.
Is there any reason you think people, perhaps the U.S. government, would want to follow you?
Maybe because I've been to the loony bin a couple times, and I'm a good guinea pig. And I'm on board.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Who's in the
I
back?
swear.
Who's in the back talking?
That's my dad, and I got to go to the psychiatrist, everybody. So thank you, Chicago, and everybody. God bless America. Ahoy.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Fall Out Boy, well-known Chicago Irish band from Wilmette in the North Burbs. Listen, we can't wait for Friday. Lizzie McNeil's want to make sure you're on site for the party. It's our 3rd year in a row of doing it there. Lizzie McNeil's downtown right on the river before they dye it green. It's a nice brown, chalky flavor there. Some chunks in it, too, the river right now.
That's good stuff. Oh, it's protein.
Oh, yeah. So come on down. It's going to be a party as usual. Free A-level concert tickets. And people, that's one big thing we were doing a piece of garbage madness a while ago, is people that buy up tickets and don't want to sell them at a good price. They just, not necessarily scalpers, but just people, I guess that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
These are free tickets. Free tickets. It's free to get into Lizzie McNeil's. Just drink a beer with us. They have great food there. The Vaccines will be performing live later in the show, Breakfast earlier in the show, and we'll do things like Clash with Kenzie live on site. Al Roker Jr. will be on hand, and Kara's going to come out, and Lauren, everybody. So we'll compete right face-to-face in trivia, you know? But there's other ways we're thinking of giving away these tickets. If you guys have any ideas, Case just asked me, would you arm wrestle people for tickets? Because my guns look pretty good right now, but it's only because my shrink shrunk in the wash.
Your shirt shrunk?
Shrunk in the wash?
Your shirt shrunk.
What did I say? My shrink shrunk? I swear I'm not drinking green beer yet. My shirt shrunk.
Dr. Seuss book?
Yeah. So a sushi chef shrunk my shirt in the wash. So, listen, I don't want to tear my labrum in my arm.
I don't even know what that is, but it sounds painful.
Well,
Isn't that what Megan did?
My wife played college basketball, and she tore that and ripped it, so it always hurts unless you have surgery. Yeah. And it's like a 6-month recovery, and so she can't pick up Harper if she gets a surgery, so she's not getting the surgery until she's like 18 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, it sucks.
But I'm trying to think of, we have obviously Noah Khan tickets to give away, Cage the Elephant tickets to give away, Dave Matthews Band, Incubus, Vampire Weekend. All of these great tickets to a lot of sold-out shows are going to be available for the people at Lizzie McNeil's on Friday. And
we'll have tickets for on the air, too. If you absolutely can't make it, we'll have some stuff on the air for you, too.
But what better way to give away Limp Bizkit tickets than with a physical competition against Brian?
Well, here's a physical competition that relates. How about an Irish dancing competition?
Oh, well, you have an advantage because your wife is like a classically trained Irish dancer.
Okay, that's false.
No, that's what she is, right?
No, she's not. I don't know. She's very mad about this subject. It's very triggering because...
Sorry to bring up your home life.
Well, her mom made her choose because they had to choose between one thing when they were kids.
One activity.
One activity because, dedicate yourself to it. Basketball or Irish dancing. And Megan wanted to do both because she can do both. But she had to choose basketball first. She's got love of the game. Ball is life.
But has she ever taught you the basics of Irish dancing?
She comes home tonight from her business trip. She went to the Cubs game last night in Mesa, the spring training game.
Nice.
Okay.
That ballpark is amazing. Oh, but she's coming home tonight. So I have a day and a half of what I'm saying. She's out of town for 3 days to teach me maybe the basics of Irish dancing. I will compete against somebody in an Irish dance-off.
Just watch a video of the Trinity dancers. You can do that.
The Trinity Irish dancers are world champions.
I know. Just copy them.
You think it's that easy, Kara?
No, it's not that easy.
We'll have a video up of Kara doing this in 10 minutes. If you just watch a video and then start dancing like the world champs.
I fixed a car, fixed a dishwasher, fixed a washing machine, all from YouTube videos. So
we'll see what you can do with dancing in a second here.
Yeah, Brian, why don't you just watch some Michael Jordan highlights and then play basketball like it? It's easy.
Yeah, Kara.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And Lauren coming in, take you through the rest of this pretty glorious day again. I took Harper out Wrigley Field, walked on the turf. Not on the field, it's closed because there's a security guard there and he wouldn't let me in. Frustrating.
You want to get on the field?
Yeah.
I get that, though, because I walk by Wrigley sometimes and the gate is open and I go, all right, let me throw a session.
Can't I just go in here?
Yeah, a little bullpen session. I got to stay sharp.
I need some batting practice.
Yeah, Cal State Fullerton is calling any day now.
Yeah.
I could go pitch for them.
I can't go in the sluggers with Harper. People say, oh, bad dad. He wants to drink a beer in the batting cages and sluggers. I guess that would be a bad dad.
Yeah.
It'd be a bad look. I had to
With
think about
baseballs
it.
getting thrown at you.
I had to think about it. It'd be a bad look.
Okay, glad I didn't go to sluggers. And I let her run right around the Gallagher Way area there, and she had a blast getting ready. And my wife, like I said, was at the game last night in Mesa for spring training. Cubs have an incredible stadium out there. It was really fun.
Well, they got a nice stadium in Chicago, too.
They do.
Yes, they do.
They do. And apparently, Jerry Reinsdorf hates Comiskey Park.
Well, he hates everybody. That's his problem. He hates his fans.
All right, here we go. Takeaways from today's show. 312-591-8300. Case, what do you got?
Oh, my goodness. Carly and Elgin checked in. She said, Brian does not spend a lot of time around teenage boys. Kara does.
Again, out of context. Doesn't sound
That's the only takeaway that's exact right context. All right, Kara, what do you got?
Luke in Northbrook, I can't believe Kara is single. I mean, she would be the easiest to give gifts for. Hi, I got you a gold necklace. It's gold-plated, 1% gold.
1 karat gold.
Yes.
And finally, Fred checked in from 708. A sushi chef shrunk Brian's shirt. God bless America.
God bless America.
That's out of context. You really have to figure that one out.
They kind of all were.
But you just go on the podcast, you see, and you figure it all out. The new Brian and Kenzie podcast at Q101.com and anywhere you get your podcasts, like it's Spotify or Apple, whatever you use. I can't even think of a third one out of that.
Stitcher. That's gone. That's the one I used to use, but that actually folded as well.
Yeah, that sounds old.
Pocket Cast. That's what I use now.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Are we on that?
I think so.
Just go to Spotify or Apple. Those two would cover everything. What's on it, Case?
You know, we have a new feature on the Brian and Kenzie podcast today. So you not only have the hourly uploads, which have been there for the last 3 years. We've been doing it since April of 2021. So you're going to find out all about how Kenzie, who checked in with us today, how she's afraid to give her baby poisonous cheese. We talked about the gentrification of Bass Pro Shop hats. And we revisited the idea of the Michael Jackson Oasis Sbarro in Gary, Indiana. All of those are available right now. But at 11 a.m. today, you're going to get one upload that is the absolute best of today. It's the hits. It's the quick hits. If you missed any part of the show, if you missed the entire show, you won't hear this. But if you missed any part of the show and you just want the best stuff, not the flow of the show, but just the best stuff, that is going to be available at 11 a.m. today.
Wow, that's cool. So if you follow the podcast, we do the entire show.
Yes.
Every hour is up there. But let's say you want just a quick hit.
Or maybe you want to introduce the show to somebody who hasn't heard it. Maybe they like funny stuff. This is a funny show. You go, what's the best way to do it? Don't go back and just rifle through like, this segment was funny, but you got to skip here. Just play them the hits, and they're good to go.
And then they'll be addicted to every segment. I like this. It's kind of like a movie trailer of the show.
That's a very good way of putting it, Brian. Good job.
Well, sometimes movie trailers are really awesome, and you go to the movie, and it's not so great. That's not us. The movie's great, and the trailer's great.
Yeah. It's not like Braveheart. It's a good movie.
No, that's not true.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.